What's going on, YouTube? Are we back at it with some Ren? We're gonna hit up some Ren before we start work today. It's like 7:30 my time. I have not done Money Game Part 2. I know. Y'all keep telling me. It might be a little early for my brain to get going on what, because obviously, I know what Money Game. Like usually, I like to start off with like a goofy ass rap song of his, or just, something that he's a cover. Something that's easy to cover. But let's dive into Money Game and let's put our brain to work here. If you're new to my channel, do me a favor. Go over to Ren's page, throw him a subscription, throw him a subscribe. He's inching his way towards 1 million. He's not going to stop there. He'll see 5 million by 2 years from today, I bet you. But yeah. And if you like my stuff, please like, comment down below, subscribe. This might take me a minute, so we might as well just jump right in. Where we have volume wise, I think that's probably good. You already see the masks in. He's doing this like in a little sort of TV, so it's almost like a glimpse. And he's doing it from sort of an outside looking in perspective. I like that. There it is again.
Strange time of living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria.
Strange times we're living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich don't care for you. So I think at least he's making note of saying that there's starting to be a little bit more awareness. And which sort of leads into the next bar there. Narcissist mindset spread like malaria. We have a lot more access to tools nowadays that sort of help exacerbate and spread narcissism. Social media being one of them. It's me. And I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Look at me right now. I'm looking at myself on a camera, but it's, poor man's learned that rich man don't care for you. So yeah, it's kind of like the same thing, the same undertones as, Money Game 1. So it's the rich get richer, the poor get poor. That gap is widening, but, and it's going to continue to do so. Don't get it twisted. Like there's a fix all switch. There isn't. It's the best thing that we can do is spread awareness. Because awareness triggers change, or at least triggers thought, right? Puts things in your brain.
Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria.
And malaria again, back to the poor thing. Malaria is spread by mosquitoes mostly in Africa, but in overall, poor countries, right? So malaria is curable to my knowledge. So the rich would have access to, if they were subject to, to being victims of malaria, could very easily treat and cure, to my understanding. The poor can't. So a lot die, again, widening that gap.
We sit back and watch the show, America.
Sit back and watch the show, America. We got American Dad, the cartoon, and you hear that gun cock right when we get into American flag. So just depicting America as this awful, violent, like, boom, we just fucking love our guns. We're running around crazy. I wonder if the world thinks that we're running around crazy just with fucking guns on us. I live in Arizona, so it's kind of true. Like I was getting my tattoo. I told you guys about that. My tattoo. I'm done with half of it. It's kind of wrapped right now, but there's the start of a pirate ship right there. It's all like red and bloody right now. It's gonna look a lot better once we do the touch-ups, and then it's gonna carry on into like an underwater scene. It's this whole mess. I sat in a fucking tattoo chair for 5 hours yesterday. My ass went numb. Didn't even, like, the arm part didn't even hurt as much as the ass falling asleep was annoying to me. But, and lack of something to look at. Like me, I need stimuli, obviously. TVs, movies, shit like that. I'm glad I brought earphones, because Jesus, man, like I was so bored. It took me back to like sitting in school staring at a fucking wall.
Your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show, America. Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit.
Always talking about a government of hypocrites. Is that Nigel Farage? So yeah, we're looking at like British Parliament, right? So this is again just now he's just depicting, you know, the hypocrites that are therefore then making decisions. He was a broadcaster too, right? Anyways.
Through fickle shit, a government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate.
Not adequate. It's not enough. It's enough for these people.
Come on.
Need to make your decisions.
Counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise.
Needlessly bleeding our resources all dry. Turn this blind. See, and his rhyme schemes are and I haven't even touched on that yet. I'm trying to understand the words first, but it's Ren poetry, and he's so good at this type of like rap sing storytelling style. Chop 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 choppy. He gets like very choppy, but you understand everything he's saying. Specifically, he enunciates very well on his words instead of just slurring everything together, especially with a song like this that's important because it's a song that's meant to be understood. He can get into some real fast rapping that we understand half of it. We got to go back and listen, but he's very careful about saying things slowly, right?
Come on. Needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire.
Number 10 Downing Street. So that's in Westminster, right? That's where the Prime Minister sits, or lives, or basically they like entertain guests. Like our president goes over there, the Queen, I believe. So he better be careful what he says about burning fucking government buildings down.
Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking.
He said JK. That makes it all better. It's okay. You're on an airplane. Bomb, bomb, bomb. JK.
Only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent.
Oh, he switches into a faster rhyme scheme here, but still completely legible to the ear. Audible. I don't even. There's a word for that. I'm just trying to keep up. Sorry.
Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing. Don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent. There's no need to be unpleasant. Rhyme.
I'm a peaceful adolescent. I'm just a young kid. I'm peaceful. But a lot of people are gonna hear this, and I'm trying to cause a stir on purpose.
Only joking, only messing. Don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent. There's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game.
Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. So he's saying like I'm trying to be a trigger puller here. I'm trying to fucking shoot some shit up. So careful, because my words are gonna sting a little bit. More and more people will hear this shit. More and more people will sing about this shit. Awareness, wildfire, spread that shit. He's like, I'm just gonna rap it and make it sound good, and people will listen. So the more that listen, the better.
Pleasant rhyme, my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain.
And we got the same hook, and we got Nazis. A storm that comes our way. Interesting. Calling out like. Interesting they put that there. It's like I think it was very stormy at fucking it's like Normandy or anyways.
While my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain.
And it flashes back to Ren. So first you see Ren in Money Game 1, I think, with the mask. Yeah, it's the first Money Game, right? So he's just showing.
While my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain.
It almost sounds like rain, ren, rain. It's like the same thing.
A storm it comes our way, and no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins. But
we got Trump, Putin, and Hitler. He's using the same hook, but he's doing it a little bit differently musically. If you go back and listen to number 1, it's got different tones to it. It flows a little different than this.
And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we died upon the play. No surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame. It's easier to blame.
Was that Sir Alan Sugar? Was that you're fired. Speaking of Trump, poisoning the veins right when Hitler shows up. Wow.
But we die upon the blame. It's easier to blame. But point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this money game to some effect. Those people that were put in place, or we put in place, sort of saw to it that them or their type stay in place. I think that society as a whole, us, have less and less of a say, really, in what's happening, regardless of who we're voting for. But yeah, ultimately we can make changes, but we can't if we're being, I'm speaking for our country, America. We can't if we're continuously forced to be so divisive. Then we're just fighting with each other. There's no banding together to fight who we should be fighting. We're just bickering amongst ourselves. We're just children in two corners of a room, right? Back to Ren, money game.
This old money game.
Benjamins.
This old money is a game and the life.
This is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Money is the game and the ladder we climb. That was well done. That was smart. I like that.
This old money is.
But you have to get everything right to get there, right?
A game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime.
Sopranos.
Money is a game and the ladder we climb
Rest in
turns a
peace.
saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers like
Finger in Crime. This is what Sopranos is about. If you guys haven't watched The Sopranos, then get off my channel. I'm just kidding.
line by line. This is turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in the nursery rhyme.
This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers. He's cussing right as he gets into a nursery rhyme. That's funny. He'll break it down for you line by line. Ren's a reactor now.
She sells seashells on a sea.
It literally is a nursery rhyme. He's actually used this before in some of his other stuff.
Sure, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand.
All right, supply and demand, economics. Ren taking us to school. Supply and demand, right? Shells, overly prevalent on beaches. You could walk beaches and find shells, right? So your demand is low because supply is very high. Let's see what he does.
Due to the laws of supply and demand, no one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see.
Right. Shells will sell much better if they're rare, you see, right? Like anything. You can make anything rare. I like sneakers, right? Nike can take the same, Air Jordan 1. I like the lows. I've got a lot of them. And make them in a certain colorway, make 1 million of them, 1 million pairs, right? They can take that exact same shoe and literally color it something else and make 5 pairs of them, and sell them for 500,000 times more. It's amazing.
On the sand, step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond.
Okay, so take all the shells, put them on an island, regulate that island, and then you sell them. You're sort of monopolizing shells. Now, shells are... You think of diamonds. He just brought them up. Diamonds are a stone. I mean, it's a pretty one, but there's lots of pretty stones out there. You got, fake diamonds. You got, moissanite. There's a lot of stones that you can get at a lot less at the cost that are equally as pretty. Rarity, scarcity, right? So, again, back to economics. Very simple economics, supply and demand. You're looking at macro economics, right? So... Just the laws of how it's you know, if people were minimalist and just didn't give a fuck about value, but you could put value on anything as long as it's rare or scarce. You know, we dictate that by creating that rarity. Diamonds are pretty. They've been sort of, you know, and I think that the weddings, you know, the whole marriage industry as a whole, it's not really an industry, it kind of is. It sort of lends into that as well, but it's a precious stone because it's the rarest, right? So.
That too. Gotta make the people think that they want them, really want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson.
Hit him like Bronson. Bronson was it Charles? Was it John? I think it was Charles. Anyways, John Hardy played a part in a movie. He was a dude that like robbed a post office. He got like fucking, we get like 7 years or something. I don't really remember the story. I just remember the movie, and I think his name was Charles. Chuck. Chaz. Chicken. Charlie. Charles. Bronson. Anyways, sorry. That's very small and insignificant.
Two. Gotta make the people think that they want them, really want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free. It's monopoly.
If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste, man, right? So it's the cool thing to buy diamonds. If your wife's wearing quartz crystal on her hand, you're a shit husband, right?
Featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste.
Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. You're going from your sort of your mainstream media outlets of the past. Your initially fucking your newspaper, magazines. What's the most expensive page? Your front page, your full page ads. To commercials. What are the most expensive commercials? Primetime. Super Bowl, shit that people watch. Got to get in front of people, make them want it, make them really fucking want it. And influencers now is sort of where it's shifted from media outlets of the past to media outlets of right now. You could make a lot of money just literally posting nonsense with a product or with a cause. And you know, you have investors or you have a company that backs said product or cause. They will find interest in you. Because you can get that in front of an audience, right? So you're once you have that audience, you're sort of set in that sense.
Ace man, free. It's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell. That will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals.
Wolf of Wall Street. That's fitting. Swallow all your morals. They're a poor man's quality.
Make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4. Expand.
Swallow all your morals are a poor man's quality. So what he's saying is, morals aside, that's what poor men do. Poor men have morals. Just cast that shit away. You want to get rich? Start thinking of ways to kind of game a system or fuck people over, really. Use economics 101. And don't give a fuck about any sort of moral compass.
Expand, clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands, 5.
Regardless of what you hurt, what you got to run over, or who you hurt, regardless of what you got to break down to build it. They will come.
4. Expand, clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands, 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well.
All right, so morals are already aside. We fucked morals in the last verse. So sell everything. Morally right or wrong, find ways to sell everything. Create a value, create a scarcity, sell everything, right? Fuck shells.
6 on sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock.
So what? See, make it egregious. Sell shit that you don't even think you could sell. Water to a fish, sell time to a clock, right? Just start selling everything.
7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9.
Um, he's just now he's still in fuck morals in that space, and you might just become president. Tell lies, lie to everybody. Try to get away with it as best you can. Try not to end up in jail. Pay high attorney fees.
Hey, big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. Nine, polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you.
Went right from Trump to Putin.
Tell lies out the gate. Nine,
We got Bush up there.
7, press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8,
We got Biden up there.
big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies
We got Reagan.
out the gate. 9, polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name.
Ooh. Hold on a second.
10, people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name.
It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. End this verse with a Trump visual. That's perfectly placed and perfectly fitting there. And I'm not going to speak on my political views. Y'all don't care anyways. Plus, I just, yeah, y'all don't care. But he specifically did that because Trump was overall either loved or fucking hated. There was no in between. There's no gray area with Trump. But it doesn't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. Bad publicity, any publicity, is good publicity. Period.
Name 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat,
Back to the Wolf of Wall Street, right?
a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 rain.
Back to Red.
Storm it comes
Money
our
game.
way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. But point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Now we won. He won the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire winner. We got fucking DuckTales. Woo! That was so cool. I always loved that part in the intro when he dives into his fucking pit of just gold. Cartoons were so much better way back when we didn't have to be so PC. You know how many fucking, even like, not even way back when, even fucking 10, 15 years ago, you know how many Simpsons or Family Guys episodes could not be shown today?
This old money game. This old.
Awesome. I said my piece as we went throughout. I think, in a nutshell, it's a great carryover from number one. And I love how he did it in this sort of screen, you know. Again, because it's sort of like grab your popcorn. You know, we're sitting back and watching. We can't dive in and do anything about it. The show will go on, whether we're watching or not, whether we're turning it on or off or not, whether we're there or not, whether we're present or not. The show is happening, right? But again, it's more you know, diving into the story of the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, essentially. And he dives, you know, in a more sort of granular aspect into how and why, you know, things sort of got the way they did in his economics lessons, in his history lessons. So, Professor Wren, to the podium for your speech, please. So, Money Game 3 is being shot right now, from what I heard. I think I've seen a photo. A couple pictures of. I follow him on Instagram, along with some other people, you know, and whatever. And I read your guys' comments. From what I understand, they're shooting number 3 right now, which is cool. He actually invited a couple reactors out there. Wolf, I think, and the guy's name is Wolf, and then Knox, who's very well known. The fuck is my invite, guy? I want to come hang out. I'll go to Britain on my dime or wherever you're shooting. Let's go shoot on the moon. I mean, Ren can do anything. Let's go to the moon. Fuck it. Make it happen, Ren. No, that was super cool. Always going to be thought provoking. I can't wait for Money Game 3. Sorry it took so long to get to number 2 here. But I've been trying to have fun with the fun stuff. Yeah, I'm going to post this shortly. If you like, please, comment down below. And subscribe. Yeah, have a great rest of your Tuesday. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay sober, stay safe. Stay away from playgrounds if you're an adult and you have no attachment to any. If you have no familial attachment to any child there, it's not good for any. It's not a good look. You know, no one needs that. You don't want that smoke either. Just if you want to find kids, fucking buy them like the rest of us. We'll talk to you.